it's a wonderful occasion that this platform, a unique platform, is being launched today. And I'm sure that it'll, in the coming days and years, it will definitely set a new path, because what is required during these difficult days of pandemic is that we are left with a lot of uncertainty around us. We are not sure where we are going. We are not sure about our goals, whether we are able to achieve them. We are not sure about our own self. If this being the uncertainty that we are facing, and the great challenges which humanity would be facing is to how to come out of this pandemic. There's no certainty of the efficacy of the vaccine. And we are told by the epidemiologist and and other public health experts that corona has come to stay with us, and we have to grapple with it, whether we like it or not. So it is going to be with us. We need to coexist with us. We need to fight it, and we need to preserve ourselves and also move ahead. Now, these are definitely difficult times. On this very solid note, I would like to share a few of my thoughts, because this is a platform for igniting the minds. An issue which is very much relevant, again, coming back to pandemic, because there cannot be a bigger issue than this. The entire global economy is grappling with the issue of pandemic and aftermath of pandemic. I would like to pose 3 questions for all the thinkers here. One is, are we really managing, how are we managing the fears and anxiety about the health and well-being of others? This is the one thing, the major issue. How are we managing with anxiety, with stress, with fears, with regard to the health and well-being of not only our family members, but also the entire community, the nation, and the world? So this is a major issue for us, how we are going to focus and how to ensure that the fear doesn't overtake our reasoning, our thought process, our thinking, and our ability to think rationally and focus on issues in such a way that results will be forthcoming, so that it is based on equity. Equity is going to be the biggest casualty now in these competing days of globalization coupled with pandemic situation. So apart from managing the fears and anxiety, which you need to think very seriously how we are going to do it, how are we going to collectivize our efforts for a collective action? We need to think on these lines. The second corollary is, following out of this, is how are we going to protect the family and the community? These are the issues now. Biggest problem is how are we going to protect our family and our community? Please focus on that. Each one of us should come out very clearly how are we going to do it. Am I going to create more anxiety, more fear among the public? Am I adding more to the confusion, worst confounded? So we need to be very coolly and collectively, rationally think on this aspect. How am I, as an intellectual, as an igniting mind, as a thinking mind, with clarity of vision and purpose, how am I going to protect my family and also the larger community, the nation, and the world at large? Finally, I would, since the time given to me is only 4 minutes, I'll strictly confine myself to the contours that have been set apart for me. And I would say this pandemic has also raised certain issues which is not being thought about, it's not being spoken about, or nobody wants to concern himself with. That is the ethical issues relating to pandemic. This is very relevant to each one of us. Ethicality of the pandemic issues, various aspects of pandemic, people have to think. And we as igniting minds, we have to flag this issue. Today we are saying how, because of our conduct, because of the community conduct, and as a group, as a conduct as a group, we are putting others' lives at risk. So this is an issue. Are we justified in putting other lives at risk because of our own conduct, or because of our own social compulsions or requirements in the family or in the group or whatever it is? So we have to look at it very clearly that the ethicality of the pandemic has to be thought about clearly, mainly to focus how am I going to prevent myself, isolate myself, rather than through my actions and thoughts also and other measures, am I putting the larger community at risk? This is a big issue. And the last issue is I would say, is with regard to caring for the caregivers. Now, this is again a casualty. Much is being talked about only for the names of lip sympathy. But otherwise, are we really doing, having concern both in both word, thought, and deed with the caregivers? So whoever the caregivers, I won't want to go into all the details. So during these pandemic times, these issues I want our people, all of us have to think about it, because this is very much essential to a very sustenance and preservation of the globe. Planet is at stake now. So therefore, issues related to pandemic and managing pandemic, ensuring that the society survives as it is and progresses further, we need to focus on. So I thought with these few words, I thought I could share some of my stray thoughts on this point, because I've been talking a lot on the television and other forums also on this particular subject. I hope this will ignite very clarity in vision and thinking amongst the members. With these few words, I thank the organizers for giving me opportunity. I look forward for many occasions for interacting with you, perhaps at length on some of the critical issues which are very relevant to our sustenance. Thank you very much. God bless you. Sai Ram.